Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes presents The Big Story.
All right, reporter. Turn left here.
But I...
Keep your trap shut and turn left, I said. All right. Stop the car there under that tree. You know, where it's nice and dark.
Look,
Do as I say. Now, turn off the ignition. Your headlights, too.
What are you gonna do now?
Just make sure you don't double-cross us, Walter Winchell.
The Big Story. Another in a thrilling series based on true experiences of newspaper reporters. Tonight, to Walter Winchell of the New York Daily Mirror goes the Pall Mall Award for The Big Story. Four notes that are alike, and one that is outstanding. And of America's leading cigarettes, one is outstanding. The cigarette in the distinctive red package, Pall Mall.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed how many of your friends have changed to Pall Mall? There's a reason. Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes, good to look at,
Good to feel.
good to taste, and good to smoke.
Yes, good, and good. When you change to Pall Mall, you get smoking advantages that are outstanding. For Pall Mall's greater length filters the smoke through a much greater distance of Pall Mall's traditionally fine, mellow tobaccos. The result is a smoother, mellower, more satisfying smoke.
Four notes that are alike, and one that is outstanding. And of America's leading cigarettes, one is outstanding.
Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes. Outstanding.
And they are mild.
Now, the exciting and authentic story of the case of the cornered cat.
You are Walter Winchell. Your beat is Broadway. You know its flora and fauna, the big shots and bums, champs and chumps, conmen and chiselers, cops and chorus girls, the characters who work and play in the neon night. You've had your share of big stories, but there's one big story you'd give your right arm to get. So would every other newspaper man in the land. So would the New York police. So would the FBI. And one night, back in the summer of '39, you're setting up your regular Sunday evening broadcast when your girl Friday asks,
Anything in that tip we got from Ontario, Mr. Winchell?
No, it's a phony like the others.
Seems that everybody thinks he's seen that guy lately.
Well, it's the biggest manhunt since the Lindbergh case. What they really see is that $50,000 reward.
They can have it, Mr. Winchell. Personally, I wouldn't want to come within 10 miles of that racketeer.
And if you ever do, he'll be dead.
Dead?
Very dead. Take this item, Marge.
Yes, Mr. Winchell.
The underworld character, known to his associates as the Cat, and to the decent citizens of the United States as public enemy number one, is still in hiding. For 2 years, this king of the racketeers has managed to elude both the New York police and the FBI. You'll remember that one after another, by a reign of terror, extortion, violence, and murder, the Cat took over the leather, fur, garment, and trucking rackets, and later muscled in on the narcotics racket, a federal offense. Got that, Marge?
Yes, Mr. Winchell.
Now, an aside from this reporter to the Cat. Here's a little tip for you, Cat. The cops have orders to bring you in, dead or alive. Got that? Dead or alive. So take a tip from me, Cat. Come in and give up quietly if you can. Because if you don't use your head first, you'll come in feet first.
A few nights later, in the early hours of the a.m., you're sitting alone at a corner table in one of your favorite spots. And then you see a character come in, look around, and finally head for your table. You don't know him, but you do know his breed. And you tab him as a high-class thug.
I like to talk to you, Winchell.
I didn't get the name.
I didn't give it to you.
I see.
You mind if I sit down?
Yes.
Thanks. I'll sit down anyway.
It's a little crowded here. What's on your mind?
I've been reading your column in the Mirror.
Well,
So is a friend of mine. He finds it very interesting.
thanks. So what?
So, this certain friend of mine, Winchell, would like to meet a certain friend of yours.
Which one? I've got a lot of friends.
The one I'm talking about works for the government.
You wouldn't mean J. Edgar Hoover.
I might.
Go on.
Do I interest you?
You interest me.
I thought I would.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
Winchell, my friend is very anxious to meet your friend. You see, a lot of people around town don't like my friend. They might hate him if they ever met him. That's why he's laying low.
And so I gathered.
But he's had enough, Winchell. He's ready to come out now. Only he wouldn't want to get hyped. You see, the cops are after him on a murder rap. They got their guns ready. Now, the FBI only wants him for a narcotics job. That's why he wants to give up to the FBI and not to the cops. You, follow me?
I follow you.
Okay. Now, here's the proposition. If you could get your friend to guarantee that he wouldn't hate my friend, well, we might arrange a formal introduction through you.
In other words, you want me to act as go-between. Is that it?
That's it. We produce the merchandise, you deliver it.
And what do I do next?
Well, if you get that guarantee from J. Edgar Hoover, put it on the air on your radio program tomorrow night. We'll be listening, and we'll get in touch with you later. And, one more thing, Winchell.
Yes?
I wouldn't try to double-cross my friend if I was you.
Don't worry. I haven't any more use for your friend than I have for a snake. But I want the story. I'll put in a call for J. Edgar Hoover in the morning. Well, that's how it shapes up, John.
So the cat wants to come in, Mr. Porter.
That's right, John. The heat's beginning to get him. But he wants to come in alive, and he wants me to broadcast your guarantee that he will.
And you're to deliver him to me?
That's the deal.
Walter, it's only fair to warn you.
About what?
Cat is a dangerous company. Hard to figure. Sure you want to act as delivery boy?
Sure. It's my story, and I'll stick to it. Now, how about that guarantee, John?
All right. You can tell the cat on the air tonight that if he comes in unarmed and quietly, the FBI will guarantee him a safe reception.
Thanks, John. Turn on your radio in Washington and listen in tonight.
I won't need any radio, Walter.
What do you mean?
I'll be in the studio with you in New York when you go on the air tonight. Flash! To the cat! To the cat! Wherever you are, this reporter has a personal message. The FBI will guarantee your safe delivery if you come in unarmed and peacefully. I repeat, you have this reporter's word that the FBI will guarantee your safe delivery if you come in unarmed and peacefully. And to America's public enemy number one, a word of advice from your New York reporter. Better take this offer while it's hot. Later may be too late. An item from Hollywood. Seems that a famous movie star who's reached this
All right,
to be
Joe.
headlines
Turn it
everywhere.
off. Okay, Cat.
Cigarette.
Oh, sure. Here you are, boss.
Light. What do you think, Joe?
Well, I trust him.
The cat doesn't.
Oh, but boss.
Cat doesn't trust anybody. Never did. Pays off. Always has. What makes you think he's on the level, Joe?
Well, there's his reputation around town. You know Winchell as well as I do. Anyway, he's a newspaperman, and you know those guys. Anything for a story.
Nah.
Figure the odds, boss. Every cop in town has got his gun loaded for you. What a minute he spots
You don't have to tell me I'm hot, Joe.
Oh, I didn't mean anything by it, boss. But you hate Winchell just now, and Hoover's in town waiting for you to come in on that narcotics rapping. Well, any way you look at it, you're taking a chance.
So is Winchell. If he double crosses the cat. You tell him that, Joe?
I told him.
All right, Joe. Make contact. Meanwhile, I'll think it over.
Hold it, mister.
Wait a minute. Where'd you come from?
Out of that doorway, Winchell. I got a message for you from a certain party.
What certain party?
This certain party heard your broadcast last night. He's thinking the deal over and we'll get to you later.
Wait a minute. What's the...
See you later, Winchell.
Telephone for you, Mr. Winchell. You can take right here at the table.
Oh, thanks, waiter. Hello?
Mr. Winchell,
Yes, but who is...
I got a message for you. From a certain party. He's still thinking of coming in through you, but he may change his mind. We'll get in touch with you later.
Wait a minute. Who is this? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Winchell. Star Club.
Oh, thanks, driver. Here, keep the change.
Mr. Winchell,
Yes?
I got a message for you from a certain party. He still ain't made up his mind, but he'll contact you tomorrow night.
Another message? Now listen, driver,
If you want to stay healthy, forget my face and the license number of this car.
Hey, hold it. Wait a minute. Hello?
This Walter Winchell?
Yes?
I got a message from a certain party.
But before you go any further, I've got a message from a certain party.
Yeah? Who?
A party named J. Edgar Hoover.
What's the message?
We're tired of this stalling around. It's been 3 weeks now. If the cat doesn't come in by tomorrow night, the deal is off. Remember, the cops have been told to bring him in, dead or alive. Well?
Hold the phone, Winchell. Winchell,
Yes?
this is the cat.
Oh,
You know where the RKO theater is in Yonkers?
yes?
Be there, 7 tonight.
At 7?
Drive there in your wife's car. One with a fog light. Come alone.
I'll be there.
And, Winchell,
Yes?
don't try anything funny.
We'll be back in just a moment with tonight's big story. But first, here is a word from Cy Harris.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed how many of your friends have changed to Pell Mell?
Four notes that are alike, and one that is outstanding. And of America's leading cigarettes, one is outstanding. Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes.
Good to look at,
Good to feel.
good to taste, and good to smoke.
Yes, Pall Malls are good, 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 and good. For Pall Mall's greater length gives you outstanding advantages. You see, the greater distance the smoke travels through Pall Mall's traditionally fine, mellow tobaccos filters it naturally, giving you a smoother, mellower, more satisfying smoke.
Four notes that are alike, and one that is outstanding. And of America's leading cigarettes, one is outstanding.
Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes. Outstanding.
And they are mild. Now we return you to our narrator, Barry Kroger, and its big story.
You, Walter Winchell, have a date. You've got a date with public enemy number 1 at a theater in Yonkers at 7 tonight. And this may be the end of the nation's biggest manhunt since the Lindbergh case. Or it may be just the end of your New York reporter, Walter Winchell. You could very well end up looking like a human sieve in some gutter, or at the bottom of the East River wearing concrete shoes. You don't know. Anyway, before you go, you have another talk with J. Edgar Hoover.
Walter, this looks like the showdown. One way or the other.
I'm sure of it, John.
I wouldn't try to kid you. Cat is dangerous. A killer. Taking a chance driving up to Yonkers alone.
I know. I keep telling myself that. Then I keep telling myself, what a story. What a story.
What if you don't meet the cat tonight?
Why,
What if you meet a carload of his thugs instead? You might figure you're trying to double-cross him, and this may be a trap to beat you to the punch.
You know, John, I think you're trying to talk me out of this. Are you?
Let me put it this way, Walter. We want the cat. We want him badly. If you were an officer of the law or an agent of the FBI, we wouldn't even discuss it. You'd keep that appointment as a matter of duty.
But I'm a newspaper man.
More than that, Walter. You're a friend of mine. And even more than that, you're a private citizen with certain constitutional rights. You don't have to go.
Thanks for the out, John. But I'm still in.
All right. But there's something you've got to understand.
Yes?
You'll have to go alone, as arranged. I can't send any of my boys to help you. In the first place, if any of the cat's gunmen spot any of my agents around, you won't live 5 minutes.
I see. And in the second place?
In the second place, that theater in Yonkers is in a busy neighborhood. A lot of innocent people will be on the streets up there. If there's gunplay, some of them might be killed.
All right, John. I'll still take the chance alone.
I'll wait for your phone call. Good luck, Walter.
You get into the car, and you head uptown. Butterflies are flapping their wings in your stomach as you drive past Van Cortlandt Park and into Yonkers. And when you stop for a red light, a big black car drives up beside you. It's filled with hard-faced gangsters, and they're looking right at you. One of them jumps out and gets into your car.
Hold on, Winchell. Don't try to beat that red light.
Oh, sorry. I was just nervous.
Yeah. And don't try to go through any other red light. We don't want to talk to any cops now, you get me?
I get you.
Okay, Winchell. The lights just changed. Step on it.
Where shall I go?
Just drive and keep your mouth shut.
Yes, but if you could just tell me where...
All right, Winchell, you asked for it, and I'll tell you. We're going for a little ride. Okay. Stop the car here. Under that tree.
Look,
Do as I say. Now, turn off the ignition. Your headlights, too.
What are you going to do now?
Just make sure you don't double-cross us, Walter Winchell.
But I told
Shut up!
you...
Open that door. I want to hear if there's any car coming. No. No car coming. We're alone, all right. Okay, Winchell.
Wait a minute, look,
Take it easy, Relax. No one's gonna drill you. Just making sure no cops was tailing us. We're going back to town.
To town?
Yeah. Remember? You got a date to meet a certain party. Now listen. I want you to go into a phone booth. I'll wait for you in the car. You call J. Edgar Hoover. Tell him to be at 28th Street and 5th Avenue, southeast side at 10:15 tonight. Got it?
I got it.
And, one more thing, Winchell.
Yes?
Tell Hoover to be there alone. And tell him not to pack a rod. Did you get Hoover?
Yes, he'll be there.
Okay. Well, I'll be leaving you here, Winchell. Now you go to Madison Square Park and stop at 24th Street. Then wait there. Got it?
I've got it.
Okay. But before I go, here, take this.
What is it?
A rabbit's foot. Give it to the cat. Maybe he'll need it. Or maybe you will.
You drive away and cruise downtown. And finally, a couple of minutes before 10, you come to Madison Square. You see the light burning on the top of the Metropolitan Life Insurance Building, and you wonder if you've paid all your premiums up to date. Then Madison and 24th Street. And just as you roll to a stop, you see a man coming towards your car. He's wearing a mustache, long sideburns, dark glasses, and a top coat.
Hello, Walter.
Hello, Cat. Here's your rabbit's foot.
Thanks. Let's go meet your friend.
All right. He's at the...
I know where he is. I just passed him. Get going.
You swing the car around and point it uptown. The man in disguise beside you, your big story, sitting there beside you, says nothing. But you know this is the cat, a very careless man with a gun. For all you know, he may have one on him now in his pocket, pointing it at your ribs. And anything can happen between here and 28th Street. And then it does. You stop for the light at 27th, and just as you do, a police cruiser from the 14th Precinct stops beside you. And the two cops in it look you over. Your heart twangs like a violin string. You know that 18,000 cops in New York City are looking for the cat with their guns ready. And the man next to you knows it, too.
I see you have a few friends here, Walter.
I was...
Giving us the once-over now. You didn't invite him to our little party, did you, Walter?
No, it's a coincidence. He just happened to be here.
I hope you're right, Walter. I hope they just drive on and don't bother us. I hope so. For your sake.
Look, I didn't know there was going to be any...
You're in a very bad position, Walter. Very bad. You see, you're at the wheel, between those cops and me. If they take an interest...
I had nothing... Wait a minute. The light's changing. That police car is going ahead. It's not going to stop us.
I'm glad of that, Walter. I'm very glad of that.
You're glad. How do you think I feel?
Don't be nervous, Walter. Hey, slow down. We stop at this next corner.
Yeah. Well, here we are. And there's J. Edgar Hoover in that car.
Let's go and say hello, Walter.
Hello, Cat.
Hello, Mr. Hoover.
I see you two know each other.
I've been waiting to meet this gentleman for a long time.
Pleasure's all mine.
Get in, sir. You too, Walter. All right, Cat. Suppose we take you for a little ride. All right, Walter, get out.
Get out. But, John, this is only 13th Street. The FBI headquarters is down at Foley Square.
I know, but I'm dropping you here.
Wait a minute, John. You can't do this to me. What about my story?
That's just the point. I'm protecting your story.
I don't get it.
Figure it out, Walter. The news hawks around headquarters see me coming in with you and the cat here. They'll beat you to your own story. And then, goodbye, exclusive.
Thanks, John. I didn't think of that.
Better start looking for a phone, Walter. I'll see you later.
You find yourself in a deserted section. Nothing but dark warehouses and stores. No phone. You go over one street, and then another. Still no phone. You begin to think that by now J. Edgar Hoover has reached FBI headquarters with the cat. You start to sweat as you imagine the reporters down there taking one look and then diving for their phones to relay the big story. Your big story. You start to run. You run for what seems to be blocks, and then you see an open bar and grill. You rush in, and there's a payphone, and you dial the office, and then...
New York Mirror, night desk.
Ed, Walter Winchell. Listen, give me a rewrite. I just got an exclusive, page 1.
Yeah, what?
I just turned the cat over to J. Edgar Hoover. Hurry up and give me a rewrite.
Take it easy, Walter. It's a big story, but not big enough for page 1. Not tonight, anyway.
What do you mean?
Stalin just signed a pact with Hitler.
This was your big story. You worried off 6 pounds in getting it. You effected the surrender of America's public enemy number 1, and thereby saved the government and the state $50,000 in reward money that would have been paid for his capture. And though you didn't make the headlines scream, you, Walter Winchell, made this story. And it was a big story, after all.
In just a moment, we'll read you a telegram from Walter Winchell of the New York Daily Mirror with the final outcome of tonight's big story. Pall Mall famous cigarettes.
Good to look at.
Good to feel.
Good to taste. And good to smoke.
Yes, good, 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 and good. That's why so many of your friends are changing to Pall Mall famous cigarettes. Four notes that are alike, and one that is outstanding. And of America's leading cigarettes, one is outstanding. Pall Mall famous cigarettes. Outstanding.
And they are mild.
Now we read you that telegram from Walter Winchell of the New York Daily Mirror.
After serving 1 year in the federal penitentiary on a narcotics charge, criminal in tonight's big story was turned over to New York State to stand trial for murder. He was found guilty and died in the electric chair at Sing Sing. Many thanks for tonight's Pall Mall Award.
Thank you, Mr. Winchell. The makers of Pall Mall famous cigarettes are proud to have named you the winner of the Pall Mall $500 award for notable service in the field of journalism.
Listen again next week, same time, same station, when Pall Mall famous cigarettes will present another big story. A big story from the pages of the Chicago Daily News. Byline, Guy Housley. A big story that began when a reporter walked up the path to a suburban home and rang a doorbell. A ring that was never answered.
The Big Story is produced by Bernard J. Proctor and directed by Harry Ingram, with music by Vladimir Selinsky. Tonight's program was written by Max Ehrlich. Your narrator was Barry Kroger, and Ward Wilson played the part of Walter Winchell. All names in tonight's story, except those of Mr. Winchell and Mr. Hoover, were fictitious, but the dramatization was based on a true and authentic case. This is Ernest Chappell speaking for the makers of Pall Mall famous cigarettes.
Don't forget, friends, to listen to the new comedy hit, the Jack Paar program, heard every Sunday night over most of these same stations in the Jack Benny time spot.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.